Welcome on in. It's another edition of the Clap Your Hands podcast presented by Coors Light.
Yeah.
It is Jack Fritz and Eliot Shorr-Parks hanging out as we are still experiencing life without Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
And watching this. Losing to the Nets last night. Like, I know Maxey didn't play. I get it. Like, that Nets team is just a bunch of guys. And Mikal Bridges.
So last night, we just guess we're going to get right in.
Let's just
I had
jump
some
right.
pre-game thoughts, but it's okay. So last night, I think, was a real reminder of what life was like before Joel Embiid. Like,
and Maxey.
Well,
if you want to
just
throw
talk
that out
about, like, a meaningless game between two teams that currently just do not matter. Like, what this whole not having Joel thing has taught me is there's, like, 6 teams in the league that matter. And the rest of them are just like spinning their wheels for nothing. It's like literally just the sole reason they exist is just to make money for the NBA.
And I know
what do the Nets matter? And what do the Sixers matter without Joel? This is nothingness. Like, I watched, it was fine. They were like, they kept it close. They were up for a little bit. And then of course they lost at the end. Like, and the world kept going. Like, it was like, what is there even to feel about that game? It was like emotionless.
Yeah, well, that's what it's been without Joel Embiid.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, last night they have
no Maxey, which was obviously
they have been moved to laptop status. You know, like I
didn't get the main TV.
I put the Phillies on spring training. I put the spring training game on.
Yeah.
Make sure I was locked in for Wheels' first start.
Well, didn't they play in the afternoon?
Yeah.
Oh, you rewatched?
I rewatched
okay.
it because
Dedication.
pretty busy during the day.
Yeah.
you
Well,
know?
but I feel like with baseball, you can just follow it.
Yeah, but like, listen,
You gotta see the ball
You don't
coming
turn
back.
into what we've turned into here by just
you don't turn into
looking
the number
at
one baseball guy in the city.
by looking at box scores.
Number one basketball guy.
Exactly. Like, how much stuff am I supposed to follow?
Right.
And the Eagles, which people really appreciate
Yeah.
what I say about the football.
Well, I had
team.
the Sixers were on the iPad too. So,
What was on your main TV?
little reality TV.
Do you watch reality TV like once a night?
Oh yeah, I would say so.
Like, why?
Today,
Why?
we're recording this on a Wednesday. The finale of
Vanderpump
Love is
Rules?
Blind comes out. Well, Vanderpump was on last night, but we didn't watch it. Yeah.
Okay.
We're saving it for tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, watching back to
I
back.
mean, you got a big Wednesday night plan.
Yeah, don't gotta tell me.
I mean, I'm surprised you can even focus on this podcast.
Yeah, let's just talk Vanderpump, talk Love is Blind. Like, I'm good to go.
Yeah, you are something.
Yeah,
you are something. I do wonder. I want to, like, I'm not trying to fast forward your life.
Okay.
I would never want to do that to you.
Yeah.
I want you to live in the moment,
Appreciate
be present.
it. Yeah.
Would love to know what a 45 to 50-year-old Eliot, like, what is that?
I think you're probably looking at it. Yeah.
Still all reality TV, though.
Yeah.
Still worried about Twitter all the time.
I don't really like age. Like, I've looked the same for like the past
You really have. Like,
That's what I'm saying.
I
Yeah,
feel like
like-
you've looked about the same since you were 26.
Yeah. Like, my hair's always been the same. I'm probably not going to grow anymore. Like, I think when I'm 45, it'll probably be mostly this.
We're not changing.
Yeah. Season 18 of Love is Blind.
Yeah.
Be
I
good.
can't wait to see where reality TV is going to go from now on.
Well, I don't know if I've told you this, take, but I do think reality TV should be able to be nominated for like shows of the year.
Are they watched enough?
Yeah, I think they're some of the most watched shows. Have you watched that show? I think it's called Shogun on.
No, but I've heard good things.
All right.
Believe it or not, don't have much time for TV right now.
Yeah. Well, so I watched.
Phils.
We've watched one episode.
Okay.
The subtitles really kind of kill it. I think it's hard to watch TV with subtitles.
When you have to read it?
Yeah, because like you can't really eat while you watch it because you're like looking down at your plate.
Right.
And you can't check your phone. So like you really have to like be locked.
God forbid. What a disaster.
I know.
What a
I know.
disaster.
What's the point of watching TV if I have to watch it?
Yeah. So the Sixers played last night.
Right.
And just a couple takeaways from the game, then we'll get into everything else. Obviously the Embiid, him not being out there has changed everything. But like, it was a good first couple games of Buddy Hield.
He's done.
He has no bag.
No.
Like he can't get around anyone.
I know.
Like
he really does one thing, which is he takes
he
3-pointers.
just shoots the
Yeah.
basketball.
You don't even do it that quick.
Like it's pretty quick. It's pretty fast. You can get rid of it off.
I mean, I don't know. I've been unimpressed the last few games.
Well, yeah, it's like
He barely plays too in the fourth.
Of course, yeah. No, he's not finishing at the rim anymore. He
Right.
can't get past anyone. He's not the alpha Buddy Hield like we saw the first couple.
Nah,
of
it was
games.
a fun few pods.
It
We
really
thought he
was, man.
alpha,
I was
yeah.
like, man,
Optimism was high. I actually think our trade deadline pod might have ended up being correct.
You were
Feeling down on the team.
feeling down.
And then the next pod, we kind of came around.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, listen, on one hand, yes, it's disappointing how they're playing.
Yeah.
And Buddy Hield has completely regressed, and they're probably going to re-sign him just because I think they can sign a legitimate third star and re-sign Buddy Hield, and we'll see how he is next to Embiid. There's still definitely a chance there that because asking him to be a ball handler and asking him to do all this stuff and putting more usage on him, maybe not his best. Suited for his best role.
They're currently just a bunch of losers. We're just going to be completely honest.
Nice.
They're currently just a bunch of players that are not good enough by themselves.
Not even close.
Yeah, they're a bunch of 6 men.
Yeah.
And then Tyrese is like a 3.
Yeah.
Like a 2 maybe.
2B, 3A.
Yeah. And that's what they are. Honestly, so I love Kelly Oubre. I was big on when they signed him. But when he's scoring 30 points, that is the definition of a play-in tournament team.
Yeah,
if Kelly Oubre is getting you 30 points, things are not going well.
Yeah, and at least he is he's showing a pulse, he went through that stretch really since he came back from injury.
I really think he's in his zone, a losing team where he can this is the Kelly Oubre safe space. He's feeling really good right now.
Nick Nurse went to him and was like, "Hey, go cook."
The second they dropped below the 6 seed, it was all right, here
Kelly
we go.
Oubre said, "Hey,
yeah,
showtime."
Kelly saw the standings. It was it's time for me to really take over.
Well, because he
when they were still battling for the 4 seed, it wasn't so much his
against the Mavs. He didn't score until the second quarter, and then he I think 17 or whatever.
Yeah.
So he started going the Mavs game was a good win.
By the way, I have the perfect Luka comparison.
Okay,
you ready? Justin Herbert.
All right, don't break your computer over there. You got really excited.
Yeah, James really liked that one. Yeah, I couldn't. It's a good one, right?
It's a good one. He actually
really good, but I think a loser, and no one really cares.
So no one's cared about his success at all.
Right.
They just talk about the highlights and my God, look how awesome Luka is.
Made the conference finals one time and got demolished.
One time, yes. And then has been didn't even make the playoffs last year.
Right.
Because
it wasn't even a play-in team last year.
In pure basketball terms, I think he's Harden.
Nah, Harden won way more than him.
Yeah. But no defense, has the ball all the time, shoots all the time.
Yeah.
Makes sick passes. A clearly unbelievable offensive player. But yes, he is definitely approaching not a winner territory.
Would you trade the Sixers roster for the Mavs roster?
Without Luka or with Luka?
No,
and Kyrie?
Just straight up trade. You get Luka, Kyrie, all the Mavs, and you give up Embiid, Tyrese, and all the Sixers. I feel you have to, but they're all losers, so I don't know if it really matters.
Tell you what, things have changed on the pod. So there's no podcast in Sixers land that I think rides the roller coaster. If we did this Sunday night, they might be all right. They might be able to sustain this for a little bit.
If you're listening on Thursday and they beat the Grizzlies tonight, just know we feel a little differently.
Let's say if they lose to the Grizzlies, it's a problem. They lost to the Nets last night. By the way, that's
what I'm saying. It was the game didn't even happen.
If the Maxey thing happened in football, there's an investigation happening, right?
I was thinking that too. First of all, there's no way Maxey comes back in against the Mavs if it's the NFL.
Yeah.
I saw a picture, and obviously none of this is funny, but I saw a picture of him and he looked straight up concussed. And the fact he came back in, and
then is diagnosed with a mild concussion.
And I'm probably gonna miss 3 games.
What is a mild concussion? It's
a good question.
Is it a concussion or is it not a concussion? How can a concussion be mild?
Twitter poll.
215.
Can a concussion be mild? Yes or no?
A mild concussion?
Yeah, I don't know. So obviously, I guess he started having symptoms a few days after, which is why he goes back into the game. But so it's tough because you lose him during a stretch of games where
you actually need these.
Right. On one hand, you go, well, they're easy teams, so maybe it doesn't matter. But on the flip side is they probably win the game last night with Maxey. They probably beat the Grizzlies tonight with Maxey. Friday, I can't remember who they play right now off the top of my head, but then they have the Knicks 2 games in a row. So if Maxey misses these 3 and you go 0-3, then you have the Knicks back to back, the Villanova Knicks.
The Villanova Knicks.
Yeah.
The Nova Knicks. Dante DiVincenzo, I believe, is 3 of 15 from 3 on.
So it's unfortunate timing for the Maxey thing.
Yeah, if it's a mild concussion,
right?
Whatever a mild concussion is, maybe that means he can get out there tonight.
Yeah.
But I have no idea. But yeah, it's just Oubre scoring 30 and losing to a just bad Nets team,
Yeah.
like without anyone. You know, I know Mikal Bridges is there. By the way, it's time to save Mikal. Like
Mikal.
he really he
trade Maxey for Mikal.
Yeah, probably.
All right.
Mikal's. I think Maxey and Mikal are both threes on a championship team.
I agree with that.
You know, because like they're asking Mikal Bridges to be the guy, and he's just a really, really, really good role player.
So
which is why he was the perfect draft pick, and then they traded him for no reason.
Last year I was on a Nets pod prior to the playoff series, and I compared Mikal Bridges to Michael Carter-Williams.
Well, that's a little far.
Yeah, just a stat compiler on a bad team.
Given that he was on a good team, and they traded him for Kevin Durant.
True. But he was a 3 on that team.
Yeah, which is fine.
Yeah.
Some guy. See, this is what I need you to learn. You know, with like especially with Maxey. Like some guys are what they are. You know, like just because Maxey is not carrying the team, you know, as a 6-foot guard,
right?
Because it's hard for a 6-foot guard to carry a team. Doesn't mean he's trash or bad. And some guys are role players. Dude, you know what I mean?
When are the Sixers gonna get interesting again?
I don't know.
Seriously, this is like
the first couple games when Embiid gets back are going to be the next time where we'll feel something inside.
So there was, honestly, there was the report that Joel's getting back on the court.
Yes,
which is obviously a good sign. I was I
think he's getting reevaluated.
I mean,
today.
It's been a month. Of course, watch it'll come out like
mid podcast.
Right, James. You know.
Yeah, James Jackson's all over it.
Yeah, check that Twitter.
Yeah.
All right, let's predict. You think the update's gonna be good or bad?
Oh, good. Dude, he's going to play.
I think it's going to be he's going to be reevaluated in 2 weeks.
Listen, no more reevaluating.
Put him out there?
No, I mean, obviously, you know, I'm being tongue-in-cheek.
Right.
It's just every Joel injury report thing, it's just a little part of me dies.
Yeah.
I'm sick and tired of having to deal with I've read Joel Embiid will be reevaluated in 4 weeks. I feel like 7 times in the last 4 years.
So I saw this. It was I guess it would qualify as like a meme, but it was basically like breaking down Joel's calendar year, and it was the first month of the season. Oh, he's kind of getting off to a slow start. The middle part, we're watching a literal god play basketball, and then the April was, man, that's a bad injury.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it's like what the circle.
Yeah, exactly. But like, I do think the good news is it feels like this has all been pushed, like moved up a little. Like he got hurt.
Are you saying the good part is he got hurt early?
Yeah, like I think we're gonna like complete the circle at a time where like right around where the playoffs are, as opposed to how it is
again. Yeah, I mean, I'm not throwing in the towel on the Sixers. I'm throwing in the towel on the.
I just want to be clear. I am throwing the towel in on.
Why are you throwing the towel on the Sixers?
They're not as good as we thought. The role players are not as good. Maxey has been good, but I don't think he's ready for the playoffs. And we don't know what Joel we're gonna get.
But why is he not ready for the playoffs? What has he shown that he's not ready for the playoffs?
To me, in the past, he hasn't had good playoffs in the past. But also, I just like all right. So I watched.
Where's the evidence?
All right, hold on. So I watched the Bucks Clippers 2 nights ago.
Okay.
And I don't care that Maxey's numbers are the same as Dame's.
Was Bucks Clippers on your iPad or was it on the TV?
It was on the TV because Kristen was. Do you want me to tell you what Kristen was doing?
Sure.
All right. Have you heard of this like 50-part TikTok series by this girl, like Risa Tisa or something?
No.
Have you heard of this, James? Are you big on TikTok?
I'm big on TikTok, so I feel inadequate.
Yeah. All right. So
I wish TikTok did not exist.
Dude, TikTok. I mean, so my brother sent I can't open TikTok links. Can't do it.
I refuse.
Yeah.
I won't download.
No, I mean it doesn't work for me. Like regardless, this is the old person part of me. This is Eliot at 45.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So this 50-part TikTok thing, it's all about this woman whose husband ended up being a liar. It's 8 hours and 50 million people have watched it.
And you have to watch it.
I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
And you have to watch it on your phone and
yeah, you have
TikTok.
Dude, but here's my only issue with it. Every single one is the same. It's like this. It goes, so my husband told me this, and then it was a lie. 50 times. It's he said he was going to buy a car, and you'll never guess what. He didn't buy me the car.
Yeah.
He said he had all this money. He didn't. That's the whole thing. And anyway, so Kristen was enthralled with that. So I was able to watch Bucks Clippers on demand TV.
Man.
Yeah.
That is something.
It's
a lot of TikTok.
Yeah.
But what was your takeaway from Bucks Clippers?
That I don't care if Dame's numbers are the same as Maxey's. Dame is way better than Maxey.
He always was.
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
he just is. So that's my concern is when I watch Dame take over a game against a good team.
Without Middleton and without Giannis.
Yes. I don't see Maxey doing that. I think Maxey, we've talked about it. I feel like his stats are a little empty. He does it against bad teams mostly. And it feels like when he really goes off, like he dropped 50 against the Jazz. He had a bunch of points against the Knicks where they got smoked. Like, when's the last time Maxey led them to a win over a good team? I guess the Mavs, we think they're losers.
Cavs.
The Cavs would be one of them. Yeah.
Yeah. But also, so what? I mean, like Embiid. If Embiid's there, then you don't need him to.
But
do that
here's
kind
the
of
thing, and this is what we're gonna keep getting back to. Like, you don't know what Embiid you're getting. Like, there might not be Embiid. There might not be an
Of course,
Embiid.
then they're going home.
Right.
Then they're going home. So
But that's what I'm saying. So, like, I've seen a lot of, bet the Sixers at 3,300 to win the title. The Sixers are not winning the title. Like, it's not happening. I hate to be a hater, but, like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, this team is probably not even going to get out of the first round, if I had to guess.
But all they do is win. That's all you,
Well, so
that's what you've told me for years.
I know.
But you're probably right. I still
Like, who do you trust on this team?
I'm
Like,
still reserving the right to see what they're like when Joel's back. And yeah, maybe this collection of losing players
right.
turns into all coming together, turns into winners.
But here's the thing. I agree with you that when Joel comes back, they'll be better. And I agree with you that
But why don't you trust?
There'll be 2 or 3 games where they look awesome, but then Joel's knee will hurt again, or like.
But if he's coming back, if he's coming back and he's healthy, it's all conditioning at this point. That's what it should be. So like if it's just conditioning, then he's actually the healthiest he's been.
If you're saying he's coming back at 100%, then I agree with you.
Well, even
but he's not
even
85%. Yeah, but if he's not 100%, we're gonna live through the same thing we do every year.
When do you think he was playing 100% this year?
I mean, I would guess not a ton.
Beginning of the year.
Yeah.
I mean, Pat Bev said that his knee was hanging on by a thread for 2 weeks before the Nuggets game.
Right.
And he still put up a 70 burger against the Spurs.
I know.
So, like, he's never going to be 100%.
Right, but he's also going to have sat for like 6 or 7 weeks. I
know, it's conditioning.
I just don't get why I should believe in them. Like, honestly.
You're the one, Mr. Pie in the sky, about the Sixers.
To be fair, like, you bring this up, and so do my friends. This argument was a year ago, before the Phillies went back to the NLC.
I didn't.
I know you didn't bring them up, but the point I'm making is when I was like pro Sixer, like they win all the time, like that was before they got smoked in Game 7, right? And I know they almost won the title that year, but it did happen.
You did it all off season.
Yeah. Look, I'm saying that like my perception of the Sixers is definitely starting to change.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm allowed to change my mind.
Because you're on a podcast. We gotta watch this nonsense, and
I was
losing basketball.
Like the Sixers are becoming hard for me to believe in. I guess is what I'm saying. It just feels like
is Josh Harris still a great owner?
Yeah, Josh Harris is a great owner, but it's not his fault. Like he is. I did a interview in Washington for a Washington.
I heard.
Yeah,
I heard.
Hyped him up. Yeah.
Why?
It was so funny because
why did they ask you?
All the people they asked me about were people that like everyone I know. Yeah.
Like why
I don't
they,
disagree.
Like why were they like, hey, we need Eliot to come on and talk about Josh Harris? First off, Josh Harris has been the owner there for a year. Like a year
I don't
and
disagree with you, but I think it's because it's an Audacy station.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
But like,
well, who else from Audacy would do a better job talking about Josh Harris than me?
No, I mean it's fine.
I have an Eagles and a Sixers pod.
What does the Eagles have to do with it?
NFL.
Because he's the Commanders?
Well, the NFL, yeah.
I just don't know when you became the resident
this
expert
is like
on
the
Josh
4th
Harris.
Josh Harris interview I've done. I don't know.
Are they searching your Twitter? Like, this guy tweets about Josh Harris?
I wonder if Josh Harris knows I'm positive, and so they're like, bring him in. There was someone else they asked me about that everyone hated. Oh, it was Nick Sirianni. I said I was positive.
Everyone doesn't hate Nick.
Everyone hates Nick. Disagree with you on that.
Yeah, well, he's just so inspiring. Like, when I hear him speak, I'm like, you know what?
Who do you believe in more?
He's got it.
Daryl Morey and Nick Nurse, or Howie Roseman and Nick Sirianni?
Howie Roseman. Just Howie Roseman.
No, I'm saying the duo.
Yeah, no, there's no duo.
You have to pick a
Howie Roseman and question mark.
Yeah.
Although Nick Nurse, I don't know. I feel there's been a little bit of a downturn on Nick. Like, people are starting to turn on Nick Nurse a little bit.
Well, all right. So this is the other thought I had for today. Ricky Council.
Where is he?
So not really playing. Did you see the quote from him?
About how he like wants to play?
I'm assuming it's a real quote.
That's good.
Yeah.
Way to check your sources.
Fake news, clap your hands. It was hold on. Vanderpump tweet. Where is it? Okay. Here we go. If they feel they don't need me for the playoffs and they're not going to convert my contract, then that's their decision. I obviously would love to play in the playoffs, but if I'm not playing, then I'm sure I'll be on the bench cheering. Sounds like they're doing a great job making him feel happy.
Yeah, which is weird. Like, I mean, he's given this.
He's played well. Like, he's one of the, other than Maxey, I guess, one of the best young players they've had to believe in a long time.
Well, like
why not just convert him? Like, I'm sure that there's some NBA cap person out there. I saw Well, let me backtrack. I saw one reason is it would put them potentially over the tax.
And they're very conscious of the tax this year.
Right. Shout out Josh Harris.
It's because they.
Yeah.
Well, listen. If you're probably not going to win the title,
Right.
do you really need to spend extra money on it?
Yeah, I'm not. Far be it from me to tell someone else how to spend their money.
Exactly.
But my concern is if Ricky Council is upset about this, what if he just leaves in free agency?
Okay.
Okay.
Like he's not.
All right, no big deal.
But he's not he's not make or
Oh, but I
break.
mean, he's like a young player that they've
That's
developed in a
fine.
cheap contract,
That's
and he's
fine.
going to walk out the door. It's like Isaiah Joe. Everyone's like, who cares? Now Isaiah Joe is one of the better 3-point shooters in the league. That'd be really helpful.
Let's say drafted Isaiah Joe though.
But the point I'm making is they've like Jaden Springer, they got rid of. Isaiah Joe, they lost. Ricky Council, I'm not saying he's gone, but if they don't convert him, he becomes a free agent. I mean, why would he re-sign here?
Probably wouldn't.
Okay, so that's another young player that's gone.
Okay.
All right,
I mean,
well,
they're
you're not concerned.
they're not a developmental team right
They're
now.
not, but at the same time, like you have to have some young players you build on your own.
Do you?
Yeah, I think so.
In a championship window, which the Sixers are technically currently in a
Right.
championship window. You're not
But it's about
developing
extending
players.
the window too. Like I'm not saying Ricky Council has to be a top 3 player on the team, but why would you just want all this young talent to leave and then you're stuck signing like Mo Bamba and Patrick Beverly like to fill your roster out?
Because they're more competent current NBA players.
Mo Bamba?
Mo Bamba's a reach. Mo Bamba's a reach.
Pat
But
Bev killed it against the Clippers, by the way.
yeah, I know. He had that 3 threes.
Yeah.
Hey man, but campaign's here, so everything.
Pat Bev, I don't know if I didn't pick up on it when he was here. The Twitter account for his pod is so funny.
Yeah.
They tweet out like the most innocuous plays by Pat Bev. Like he'll like kind of deflect the ball a little and it's like winning plays or something like that.
Once again,
Yeah.
Pat Bev putting it down. Yeah. I would like Ricky Council to play. Like, I'm pro.
Or at least convert him. Like at least then you have him beyond this year. Like I think it's important to make him happy. I do. Like I do. In all seriousness, like look, I'm not sitting here and saying Ricky Council is like the next all-star.
No.
But he's a young player that you've signed that's shown upside and like now he's feeling unwanted.
I know.
That matters. Like in terms of a culture perspective, in terms of like developing guys and bringing them along, it matters if your guys feel like you believe in them. And doesn't that quote scream like, well, it doesn't seem like they really like me.
Yeah, 100%. Which is a
Okay.
shame. I would like to see Ricky Council play more.
Yeah, I think they're mismanaging it.
But he's
But-
also just Ricky Council.
But I think if this was Doc Rivers, we'd all be up in arms. Like, why is he not playing? Doc never plays young guys. Da, da, da. Like, Nick Nurse has basically stopped playing him.
Yeah.
And I thought that Nick and Daryl were, like, going to be on the same page. So either Nick doesn't like him and Daryl does, or they both don't like him. But it's just, it sucks at a time when there's so little to be excited about with the team that the one player that was exciting and that, like, interesting to watch, they're just, like, casting aside. Watch, he'll drop, like, 17 against the Grizzlies tonight.
For sure. Would you say that you have been more fired up and excited about this podcast today because of the coffee you're currently
All right, so
drinking?
we're going to get to it.
Yes.
So I'm drinking coffee.
Yes, and you have long been anti-coffee. You
Yes.
said people only drink coffee to look cool. I believe is a direct Eliot Shorr-Parks.
And I do feel cooler. Like, no question about it. Like, walking around.
I feel like you're
with it.
sitting up a little bit taller
Yeah.
today.
I don't think anyone can dispute carrying coffee feels cool and looks cool.
Which is cooler looking, smoking a cigarette or coffee?
I mean, look, you definitely should not smoke cigarettes, to be clear. If there's any kids in the car. I would rather be cool drinking coffee.
No, but which is cooler looking?
I think coffee.
Okay.
Yeah. I think, well, do you really want to go down this road? I think cigarettes are a little like grungy now.
I feel like
Coffee, I feel like you can be cool in a bunch of different ways. Like,
I feel like
sophisticated cool, like hipster cool, like a bunch of different cool.
I feel like cigarettes are having a moment though. Like I think
Didn't
they're.
expect to go here today.
I think they're on their way back.
You don't strike me as a cigarette person.
I've never smoked a cigarette.
Okay.
No, never.
I've never smoked cigarettes. Like, I've never been like a smoker.
Right.
But I've smoked a cigarette.
I've never smoked a cigarette.
I know, to be clear, you should not smoke cigarettes. It's not good for you. And your breath tastes terrible the next day.
Tastes terrible. Can you taste your own breath?
Yeah. What do you have all your senses? Have you ever not tasted your own breath? You drink coffee every day.
I just feel like I've never heard someone say taste your own breath.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like you can taste, like it's why I don't like cigars.
Like you can say you have bad breath. Like I can tell.
You
You
can
can tell when
taste
you're.
your breath. Like
you
you
can
taste it on your tongue.
The debates on this podcast are absolutely one of them. Absolutely
Yeah,
one
that's-
of them.
I mean, like
love it.
cigars.
What?
Cigars.
Yeah.
Like I don't like smoking cigars because I feel like of the taste like in the.
So I've
smell.
long been anti-cigar.
I wish I could smoke a cigar without it actually being lit.
Well, then how?
Like
would you
just
smoke
kind
it?
of like a
Use
like a
my-
vape cigar, if that makes sense. Like,
Vaping's pointless. Like,
yeah, I don't disagree. But you get
smoke a cigarette.
You
or
feel
quit.
the same. You do feel the same coolness. I will say. Like,
No way. No way. You think vaping's cooler than a cigarette?
I don't think it's cooler, but it does give you like 80% of the feel, like of the rush. It does. I don't have to tell you. Like if we're just going down this path. Like if you've had a few drinks, like it's way better. It's way better. Like the feeling of a vape is way better than.
Okay.
Yeah.
James Jackson, are you a cigarette smoker?
I've smoked one in my life. Hated it.
Hated it.
Never,
Yeah.
never went back.
Were you inebriated or sober?
I was a little drunk. Had
Okay.
a few drinks in me.
Yeah.
Peer pressured to do it.
Right.
Sober smoking.
Sorry,
is-
mom. Sorry, dad.
Yeah.
What about dipping? You ever dip?
No, God, no.
Yeah, I would never.
High school baseball. That
I-
was
I know.
It had me in a chokehold.
Ran rampant.
It was tough.
I don't
Well,
get
I
the
mean, I wasn't
appeal.
allowed in the dugout as a lower classman if I didn't, put 2 monster lifts in.
Oh really?
Yeah, terrible. Almost.
Wow.
You
Almost
played.
threw up
Wait,
one
you
time.
played baseball in high school?
Oh yeah, man, loved it.
Wow.
That's
Classic.
pretty good.
You feeling threatened?
No.
Jack's like.
I was a Chester County legend. Everyone.
Okay, wait, where'd you
I
play?
was Phoenixville.
Yeah.
What'd you play?
Second base. Second
Okay.
team All Pac-10. But there was this legend of Jack Fritz going around Chester
Yeah,
County. That
yeah.
So it didn't
I would love to
matter what I
see
did.
Yeah.
him pitch with you at bat.
Well, Phoenixville is
Oh,
where.
I'm getting Jack into a deep count.
Yeah.
Know that. Know that.
So.
Nothing better than smoking a cig, watching you, watching you two
Yep.
go at it.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Exactly. No. But Phoenixville is notable in my career for one game.
Okay.
One game. It was it was a Legion game. I threw 139 pitches.
Oh, you told me this.
That feels like they wouldn't let you do that today.
They would not let me do it
No.
today. And the dumb part is that I've never been able to throw hard since. So I'm pretty sure it killed my arm.
Yeah,
and
wore
I
you
had-
out. Wore you out.
And I had a D1 visit that weekend,
All
and I
this,
showed up and it died. So it was 139 pitches.
all this
Spoiled
for
the
some
party.
meaningless
Did,
game.
did you beat Phoenix?
Of course, yeah, I would beat them.
Yeah.
And it was also-
of course we beat.
It was also the only time I intentionally tried to throw at someone was Phoenixville.
Who'd you try
It's a
to throw
bold
at?
move.
I don't remember who.
Game.
No, they were relaying signs from second to home, and I caught them.
I
So
got
then-
I had a couple names in my mind. Won't put them.
All right, so I don't get what the issue is with stealing signs.
There's nothing fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, doing it illegally is a different.
right. I'm saying like on the field. Like,
No, I know.
Yeah.
But it's like when you catch them, then you get the. Don't do it again.
Did you hit the guy?
No, I missed.
Did you mean to miss or you tried to hit him?
No, I tried to hit him and I missed.
That's
Get a
bad.
warning.
Uh,
And I'm have to step in.
no, I forget.
Interesting.
Yeah, I
So
forget.
that's home cooking right there.
Yeah, for sure. It was at Rustin. Yes.
Yeah.
So back to cigarettes.
No, but the coffee.
Coffee. Yes.
All right,
yes.
so here's where I was going with this. So I feel like the last few times I'm drinking coffee, I don't want to say it's giving me like a panic attack, but like I feel like I get over caffeinated.
Oh man, your heart starts pumping.
Yeah.
For sure.
So I'm starting back with small doses, and let me tell you why. Because I want to start drinking it. Like,
And
I'm
why do you
trying
want? Why do you want to start drinking?
So a couple reasons. One, I do think it's been hard for me to feel motivated to do work throughout the day. Like when I'm just
well,
sitting
you are
at home.
approaching 40. You know,
That's what I'm saying.
it's harder
yeah.
to
Well, I'm 4
to
years
keep it
away.
up.
Yeah, exactly. But, but pause. But but like, I also just feel like it'd be nice to like go on vacation, drink a coffee.
Dude, it's
walk
a great
around.
vacation starter.
That's what I'm
man.
saying. Yeah, exactly.
No, it's cool. I'm happy you're coming around to coffee.
Yeah.
You make coffee sound like it's like an infinity stone.
It does. Like it's what it feels like.
It's gonna unlock
So I didn't really know what to
chocolate
order.
bar.
Do you want to know what I ordered? I was
hope you
lost.
got like a.
I was-
Going from no coffee to Starbucks coffee is.
I was
that's a-
lost in the
that's
app.
a hell
Yeah.
of a leap.
Oh, you want an app
But the
on
issue
me?
is if I make it at home, I don't get the cool cup, and so it's like what's the
Not
point?
a real coffee drink.
All right, so here's what I got. You ready?
Yeah.
Something called a flat white.
Okay.
Unbelievable.
Okay.
Yeah, which like
That
Oh,
boy
okay.
comes and goes.
Nice.
exactly. It was with oat milk.
Oh my god, man! You
Get a regular coffee.
You didn't even get a
I don't even know how
coffee.
to order a regular coffee.
You got
in
like
one
a
shot
mocha
of
latte.
espresso. I don't even know how to order a regular coffee.
Dude, no. I thought you were coming in here with like a.
This is how you know he doesn't drink coffee, because instead of just like, let me just get
Right.
Dude, I think-
coffee, cream, and sugar, he's like, I gotta get.
All right,
gotta
so
get the.
I hit-
Let me get the
I hit-
flat white with oat milk and a shot of espresso.
So I hit hot coffee, and the options were cafe americano. So I was gonna do that, but I don't know. I got
That's a
thrown
that's
off.
like a,
Dude,
it's
you
like a
went to-
latte.
Starbucks is for experts.
So how we're just so off topic. Like how do I order a regular coffee?
Let me.
Starbucks, no clue.
You get Wawa coffee.
Yeah,
Make it yourself. Right down there.
Right. So I
Dude,
get like a little.
dude, medium roast Pike's Place. That's a coffee.
Okay, hand me that. That's
Yeah.
what I'll get next.
And you
time.
get the short. Yeah,
All right, but what's like in it?
that's just black coffee, man.
But what if I mean I want some type of cream?
Okay, well then you can let's go customize.
So this is my original coffee take. I don't think anyone likes coffee unless you drink decaf coffee. I don't think you like coffee because you're drinking it for the caffeine.
You like the effect of coffee.
Exactly. You
Like
like
you-
the caffeine. You don't like. You don't
can
like
add
the
all
taste.
your little things in
But
here.
then why not drink a soda? Like why not drink something?
I think soda's kind of trashy.
Soda's out.
Yeah.
that hurt a
Like
little.
cigarettes, like cigarettes are back in.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Soda-
cigarettes cool, soda trash.
Soda's
That'll
out.
be the name of the pod.
Cigarettes are in.
Buddy's
soda's
out. Six are in.
Yeah.
The Sixers make us want to smoke.
Yeah.
God, this is gonna go really well, really bad when people listen.
For sure. No, yeah. So you're not drinking a coffee right now. I'm just like
All right, well, I
you're
guess today's a
having.
waste then. But it has caffeine.
Sure.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about
So there's a
caffeine.
soda.
So basically, you want caffeine.
Yes, I want to start.
Why don't you drink an energy drink?
I don't like what those do to me.
It is a lot.
Yeah, I think
Like James Seltzer.
I love him to death. He does not need the triple
shot of
espresso. I
espresso, like-
can. Yeah, he drinks two of them.
Yeah, dude. Like his
He's
heart's-
already pretty energetic.
really.
yeah,
His heart's probably jumping through his chest. man.
yeah, it's a lot.
No, here's what
Gets
I
him
want.
riled up.
Next pod, I want you to order a black coffee and see how.
See, but speaking of breath, I feel like
we
that's
have
gonna-
cream and stuff here. You could
We
just
do have
get
cream
outta
and stuff.
here.
I feel like that's gonna mess my breath up.
Yeah, it's the taste of your breath is gonna be off.
Yes,
for sure.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right, so that's where I'm at. Coffee. That's where I'm
So
at.
that's not coffee.
If anyone has any advice on how to drink coffee, my DMs are
It's
open.
probably just drink it.
I don't know.
It's-
There's
it-
people out there that are like getting into it.
It might be at 36.
yeah. It's a new hobby of mine.
This could be your TikTok.
It could be my
channel.
personality. yeah, exactly. My TikTok channel is just me trying various coffees and then
That would be really entertaining.
having a panic attack in the chapter.
Not
2.
great.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, exactly.
trying
Tastes like
different-
coffee.
Listen, then you get to my level, you know.
You drink a massive coffee.
Well, so I have that, but I also have I have a Chemex coffee maker.
What's like the mushroom coffee you were drinking?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Like
So it's like
It has caffeine though.
it has caffeine, but it has like reishi, shaga,
What are those things?
lion's mane. They are
It
the,
sounds so made up.
Lion's
It sounds like a potion
that's
that
what they,
you'd
that's
make
what,
on
they're
like,
essentially potions.
yeah.
in like the Avatar world.
yeah, exactly. Shogun?
No, I order it. So it's
And it gets shipped to your house.
yeah, so it's all mixed together with Colombian coffee, and all it does is have you it
All right,
redu-
well, send me the
reduces-
link.
reduces your stress,
All right.
has you more focused, and has
James
you
has
locked
something.
in.
I have a question.
Yes,
Lion's mane.
lion's.
yeah, what
Can
is
we-
that?
Can we explain that?
Yeah,
is
like-
it real like?
Is that a
like
vegetable,
plant
like a
from
root?
lion's mane?
Yeah.
It's a mushroom. So it's
Oh, so the
it's
mushroom
a
is
kind
called
of mushroom.
lion's
Yeah,
mane.
so it's
Okay.
lion's mane.
There's
mushroom.
actually mushrooms in this coffee. I thought that was.
So it probably
mushroom
it
coffee
probably
was
looks
the
like a
name.
lion.
And by the way, not a psychedelic. It's
Yeah.
not a psychedelic.
Ayahuasca.
Yeah.
That's what you're drinking.
Yeah.
Strictly a sig pod.
We do the good stuff. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cool stuff.
Yeah, exactly
Not the
right.
James stuff. No, I'm sorry. Not you.
Yeah, so yeah, it's different kinds of mushrooms. So yeah,
All right.
if you're looking for, I am very pro these kind of mushrooms. I take mushroom gummies during the day.
So it
All
sounds
it
like
does-
Just
slippery
tripping,
slope
just
here.
There's no tripping. It's
slippery slope.
yeah,
Man,
reduces stress.
I
Increases
don't feel like
focus.
I don't think I'd feel
Gateway
as
coffee.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think I'd feel as cool walking around eating a mushroom gummy.
Well, the funniest part about your coffee journey that I'm sure you're going to go on is you're going to start. We'll see if you can start with the creamers. You know, cream and sugar.
Right.
Like I started with French vanilla, and then
it's too sweet for me.
exactly.
Yeah.
But I wanted the sweetness, and now I only drink black
Hot.
coffee.
Yeah.
And the good stuff, which is
All
another
right,
thing.
maybe I'll try it tomorrow.
All right. I'm excited for your review.
Any other basketball takes we have? Or?
I haven't talked basketball in 16 minutes.
It's fine. I mean, dude, the Sixers, like, I'm sorry. Look, I love the Sixers. We both love the Sixers. We love talking about them. There is nothing interesting happening with the Sixers.
Kyle Lowry's
we
having a
just have
moment.
to accept it. Kyle Lowry is very good. When there are interesting things happen with the Sixers, we will do an hour on the Sixers. But, like, let's just keep it real.
When Embiid's back.
Yeah.
Toby's having a moment. Toby's bouncing back a little bit.
Oh, so
The Joel Embiid pump-up speech
So I
got
was-
Toby to play the best he's looked in years.
I was actually debating this with my friends. Is Toby underrated?
Absolutely not.
All right, here's my argument. Rating and underrating is basically strictly based off how people view you. Toby is like, he can get you like 20, 25 points.
Sure.
How many players? I don't know.
Kelly
How many
Oubre.
players can-
Yeah, like he's probably a
Are
top.
you his dad? I
He's
mean,
yeah, but what's his dad's name? Like Torrell or something.
I don't know. He's an
Um,
agent.
Yeah, but I think Toby's got to be like a top 100 player.
Dude, you want? Hold on.
I know. I look.
You wanted to bench him.
All right. If
2
you're gonna,
pods
if you're
ago,
gonna
man.
take shame on this pod,
Well, it's
yeah,
just you got to be some level of consistency here. You've jumped from he should be benched.
That's what I'm saying. I
unplayable,
think
to, hey, might be actually
I think
underrated.
I underrated him. That's the point I'm making. Like he's not a starting player in the NBA, but I think he is like he's better than people think.
Dude, if he's a top 100 player, sure.
Well, there's only like how many players in the league? 300.
Like,
So yeah.
how many of them are being paid $37 million?
Yeah. I think if you remove the salary from all the players and we watched him for a full year, we'd be like, he's all right.
Yeah, I would like to watch him not on the Sixers.
Yeah, well,
If that's-
good news. I don't think that's gonna.
That's my preferential.
I think next year he'll be gone.
Tobias take. So I wanted to do this because I was thinking about it on the drive in because I didn't think we were gonna do 20 minutes on cigarettes, but
And coffee. Well,
Cigarettes and coffee.
Look, coffee's already changing my whole day.
it's not coffee. Again,
It is. I mean, if it's from Starbucks, it's coffee.
No, it's not.
Unless it's tea.
They have refreshers.
Dude, if it has caffeine in it and it looks like this, it's a coffee. I don't know what else to tell you.
Drinks coffee one day.
This
tries to
guy,
tell
dude.
you
It's like this.
coffee.
Yeah, it's like the whole like the hot dog's a sandwich thing. Like it's not a sandwich.
Of
This
course,
is
it's not a
coffee.
sandwich. Of
Yeah.
course, it's not a sandwich.
You had some Wemby too.
Yeah, might have been wrong about Wemby. I was on camp too skinny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So during his first
He's nasty, dude.
like spring, what do they call it again? Like summer league game.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
I'm in this like basketball Twitter DM group, and I was like just making fun of Wemby, and they were like, tweet it, and I almost did. I'm happy.
Thank God I didn't.
Yeah,
it could have been like
the next
Vonleh.
Noah Vonleh. Yeah. So I think if there was a redraft of all the players, Wemby goes number 1.
In all the league,
Yeah, all the league, taking into account age, obviously. I mean, who's the argument?
I think Giannis. There's an argument.
Giannis can't. I don't know. I think Wemby's more talented than Giannis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100% more talented.
Well, that
like
would matter, I think, when drafting.
like Wemby is but Giannis has that like dominance factor.
So does
I feel like-
Wemby. I mean,
But I feel like Wemby's like has more finesse in his game.
yeah, but Wemby will also put on weight. Like, I mean, I think in 2 years, Wemby is probably the best player.
I just remember I mocked the people, and I think like a couple of the national guys were like, "Oh man, like he's like the
Talking
best
about your
since
take?
LeBron." Like what?
National guys were talking about your Wemby take.
No, but like but they were talking about how like he's basically LeBron. You know,
Yeah.
like he's this, that, whatever.
I mean, I do think he's the best player to enter the league since LeBron in
which
terms
is
of like.
which is a lofty thing to compare him
Right,
to.
it's
But I was trying to think of the top 5 in 5 years.
okay.
So like, again, no order after this, but like Wemby, Edwards, Giannis, Tatum, Luka, Jokic, Halliburton, SGA.
Chet, yeah. I mean, Chet's better than I thought, but he's not.
What's up with all these skinny guys being able to last in the league?
Skinny guys are having a moment.
Who's having a better moment right now?
Yeah.
Cigarettes or
Well,
skinny
I
guys?
imagine a lot of skinny guys are probably. But,
Yeah, exactly.
So I think to me it's like Wemby and Anthony Edwards, and then there's like a gap. I think like those are the two.
Would you rather have Anthony Edwards or Luka?
Anthony Edwards.
It's crazy. It's crazy
know,
where we're
man.
at with Luka. It's just, and I'm more with you. Like
Yeah.
I think I love watching Luka, but like they never win.
So I actually don't enjoy watching them.
Really, I love.
It's
watching
interesting you don't have Jokic on there, by the way.
Well, I had Jokic, Wemby, Edwards, Giannis, Tatum, Luka, Jokic,
Okay.
Halliburton, SGA.
No Tyrese.
No,
Got
and I didn't
comments.
put Embiid in 5 years either.
Oh, well, of course not. No.
Yeah, like we got what?
no. Well, all
years
right.
of
If
Embiid?
there was a redraft of the league, do all those players go ahead of Embiid?
I think he goes ahead of.
Is Embiid a top 10 pick?
I think he's still a top 10 pick.
Yeah.
I think he's closer to 10 than 5.
Yeah. Like I don't think he's top 5.
No.
I think Tatum goes ahead of him. Does Jaylen Brown go ahead of him?
Jalen Brown's atrocious, so no.
I think the league would be really concerned about Embiid's health.
Sure,
And you're like,
but you're taking a chance.
right, but this is your chance to take a chance on like a Halliburton.
Halliburton cost me money last night, so we're
Yeah,
we're
so
not.
you're down on him now. I was gonna say, yeah. If they would have won last night, you would have him like 4 and be like,
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
think about it, the Pacers might win. yeah.
Plus 5,000.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right. Fun podcast. Maybe we can do the next one from Buddy Hield's house.
yeah.
How about,
Dude, that was pretty sick.
dude, how about practice at Buddy's house?
There's no better example of how much money people make in sports than Buddy Hield having a house big enough the entire team can practice.
Here's all I'm saying about the amount
Is
of
he
money.
from like why Dallas? Has he played for the Mavs?
No.
Is he from Dallas?
Well, he went to Oklahoma, so maybe like
That's
I don't know.
it's not Dallas.
So you think he's a Cowboys fan?
I mean, Oklahoma.
Did he respect Jason Kelce retiring?
We're pretty deep in the pod, but Oklahoma's not in.
In Texas, yes. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so why? Like,
Well,
that's
maybe
like, that's
maybe he lived there.
Buddy Hill's from the Bahamas. I did know that.
He is from
Right.
the Bahamas, but I didn't know like.
I was curious why Dallas. I mean, I think Texas would be like. a
Oh,
fun-
you did proclaim your love for Dallas.
Yeah, I think if I had to cover another team, it would be the Cowboys. I'm just being honest.
You being Mr. Reality TV would love the drama of the Cowboys.
Yeah.
You would be tweeting everything.
Although Real Housewives, when
If
they
you
did
covered-
of Dallas, wasn't that good.
If you cover the Cowboys, would you be pro Dak or anti Dak?
I think I'd be pro Dak.
I think I'd be pro Dak too.
Yeah, I mean, dude, he gets you 4,000 yards and 30 touchdowns every year.
He's Kirk Cousins.
I think he's better than Kirk Cousins, but yeah.
Sure, but they.
But yeah, you're right.
They're
He's
the same.
basically Kirk.
Yeah. I mean, Kirk has.
Would you rather have? We're in like the safest place you could be in terms of football takes. 50 minutes into this pod. would you rather have Dale?
Dale.
Would you rather have Jalen, Dak, or Kirk Cousins? Rank them.
Dak, Jalen, Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, I think Dak's one.
Go Cowboys. Clap your hands. Clap your hands.
By the way, thank you to everyone that came out to the event at McGurk's.
Yes.
a lot of
There'll be
fun.
more coming.
Yeah.
There'll be more.
Coors Lights went quickly, by the way.
Coors Lights went very fast. Probably the fastest I've seen Coors
Dude, they brought a
Lights go.
bucket over, and I was like, this is a lot.
Yeah.
And they were, I turned, and they were gone.
Oh, listen, when you see Coors Lights,
It wasn't
you
just
grab Coors Lights.
James and Jake drinking all of them.
I know. Well, Jake actually had to buy more.
I know.
Whoa.
You got draft, which bold move for
Bold
Coors
move.
Light.
And we were out.
Yeah, we had to leave, unfortunately. But yeah,
Yeah.
I
It was real high.
felt bad.
fireworks
Yeah,
That is
I
a-
felt bad. Yeah.
That is a tough spot to be in.
Yeah.
We're buying beers for people, and then it's like, I gotta go.
Now it was nice. It was nice he did it without asking, but in our defense, he did not ask.
He did not ask where we were, if we were
Right.
leaving soon. So
I think everyone was okay in that interaction.
I
Nice
agree.
by him, fine by us to leave.
exactly. We'll be back sometime. You know,
Yeah.
I
Well,
gotta
you're
go
going to Clearwater.
I gotta go to
so
Clearwater, so
Something interesting needs to happen.
something will happen.
Yeah, something will.
And Beat will get
We'll
reevaluated
be back
today. We'll
next
hear
week.
more.
Yeah.
We'll be back. No problem. And go Sixers. And we'll continue Eliot's coffee journey.
Yeah, I'll get next time we do a pod. I'll let you order my coffee.
Okay. For Eliot, Shorr-Parks, and Jack Fritz, this has been another edition of Clap Your Hands.